Why, hello there, friend. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful, crisp December day. I wanted to share with you a guide for how to have the perfect winter day. And of course, that'll be different from person to person. But what I'm about to share with you is simply my version of the perfect winter day. I recommend starting your morning with a few moments of stillness. Just look, take a moment to say good morning to the world, listen and breathe. This is a great way to quiet your mind first thing in the morning. An extra cozy step would be to light your fireplace or some candles. Now, before we continue to the rest of the video, I want to share with you today's sponsor, which is Kenzzi. I want you guys to know that even though this video is sponsored by Kenzzi, I wouldn't recommend this to you if I didn't love it. This is my true and honest opinion. So I have been using this Kenzzi IPL laser hair removal handset for a few weeks now. Personally, I have always hated shaving. I think we all do. Wintertime has always been my favorite for that because I never shave. I shave maybe once a month. But then Kenzzi reached out to me one day talking about their IPL laser hair removal device. And I got so excited because I didn't even realize this was a thing. So I looked into it and I did some research, and I loved the idea of being able to do this at home in the comfort of my bed, in my pajamas, or in my underwear if I wanted. So basically, the Kenzzi IPL is a laser hair removal handset that is very quick and easy to use. And the really cool part is that it provides long-lasting, long-term results. You start to see results in 2 to 3 weeks of usage and absolute full results by week 12 of using the handset. If you want to try it for yourself, I do have a discount code for you. It will give you $50 off, and I will have it linked down in my description as well. I am already so excited not to have to shave in the summer since I'm starting the process now in the winter. My legs should be completely smooth and hairless by the summer, and I can't tell you how excited I am. I do a lot of cottagecore type videos and content in the spring and summer, and I always have lots of flowy dresses and skirts on, so it's gonna be so nice that I don't have to worry about shaving. And I love that you can use it as much as you want. It has over 10 plus years of flashes, so you know it's going to last a really long time. So in the box, you've got the quick start instruction manual. It has safety tips, and it also has a skin tone chart and precautions to take based on your skin tone or your hair type. And then we've also got the 9-foot long charging cord, which we love a really good long charging cord. And then the IPL handset itself. It's really sleek and cute. I kind of want to give mine a name because it's so cute. I love it. So how you use it is you plug the cord into the handset, and then you press this green flashing light button to turn it on. And then every time you press the green button, it will increase the intensity. And once it reaches level 5, it will go back down to level 1. And so you can see the 5 dots means that it's all the way up, full intensity. And then we go back down to just 1 dot, meaning level 1. I was always worried about pain because I have very sensitive skin and a very low pain tolerance, so I was quite nervous in the beginning before I tried it. But I can honestly say I hardly feel anything. If anything, when I put it up to level 2 or 3, it almost kind of feels like you have a hair tie on your wrist and you pick it up a little bit and then let it go. I do usually use it on the lowest level just because my skin is sensitive. And so I'm thinking it's gonna take me a little bit longer to get my desired results, but it is working and I really don't feel anything. So that's amazing to me because I've heard stories about people who go to salons and it's quite painful. So I love that I get to have smooth skin and not have to have any pain along with it. So that was a huge plus for me. But everyone will have a different experience based on your skin color and your hair type and how sensitive your skin is. So how it works is you just gently place it on your skin and press the pulse button. And in case you're wondering what IPL stands for, because I also was when I was doing my research, it stands for Intense Pulsed Light. I personally love to use it on cozy mornings. I'll turn on an episode of Gilmore Girls or Anne with an E, and I'm finished with both of my legs before the episode is even over. If you have any questions about it, definitely leave a comment. Thank you again so much to Kenzzi for sponsoring this video. Now, you might think breakfast comes next, but we're gonna have to wait for that because instead, we're gonna get bundled up to go on a crisp morning walk in the woods. Now, to do this correctly, you're going to want a lot of layers. I recommend warm pants, a wool top or sweater, a thick scarf, whatever coat you have, although I do, however, recommend investing in a cloak. For me, this is like wearing magic. Going on this walk is meant to awaken the senses. Smell the trees, hear the birds, the wind, and feel the crisp air against your skin. I once heard a quote that said, "Between every two pine trees, there is a door leading not only to a new way of living, but a new life entirely." The best way to warm up after a crisp morning walk is with a nice cup of something warm. My absolute favorite cozy drink is old-fashioned hot chocolate. I always wondered if there was a difference between hot cocoa and hot chocolate, but then after looking at some recipes, it's just the difference in whether you use cocoa powder or actual chocolate. Even though the terms are used interchangeably by many chocolate lovers, the two beverages are not quite the same. Hot cocoa might be better if you have a major sweet tooth, but if you're someone who enjoys richer flavors like I am, hot chocolate is the better choice. I call this old-fashioned hot chocolate because it's made from scratch with really simple ingredients and it tastes absolutely amazing. I am obsessed with this recipe and I'll link it down below so that you can go to use it. Hot chocolate has come a long way from where it was first created in Mexico. The Mayans were drinking hot cocoa made from ground up cocoa seeds mixed with water, cornmeal, and chili peppers. A much different version than what we know today. So now that we've got our hot drink, it's time to pick out a good book. Winter is my favorite season for reading. Just like animals hibernate, we too slip into a bit of a slower way of life. If you used to read as a kid but lost your love for it as you grew older, like a lot of people do, I encourage you to pick up a book and invite reading back into your life. It fills us up. We sit, we breathe, we escape, and we always come back better for it. And of course, reading is made more magical when one has a cozy reading nook. So grab some warm blankets, maybe a few pillows, some fuzzy socks, and get cozy before diving into your book. Since it's December, I'm reading a bit of Charles Dickens today. He's most well known for his book, The Christmas Carol, but some of his other Christmas stories are equally as good. I've really been enjoying some of his short stories. take this time to enjoy escaping to another world for a little while. Now that we've gone on our morning walk, read a few chapters of a good book, warmed up with some hot chocolate, it's finally time for breakfast. I usually do like to eat breakfast a bit later in the day. I guess not later in the day, but later in the morning. I just find I feel better and it allows my body to use up any leftover energy from the day before. For me, a perfect winter day involves a perfect breakfast. So I thought that we would go on a little breakfast picnic. It was so beautiful outside and I couldn't stay inside. If the weather is good where you live, I recommend doing this. Put your food in a picnic basket or anything that you have, head outdoors and enjoy the beauty of nature as you eat your breakfast. I didn't plan it this way, but this specific meal kind of made me feel like a hobbit, which is basically me just living my best life. So choose whatever food you like, any of your favorites, and enjoy. For me, it's not an ideal winter day without crafts. A great thing to do on cold winter days, especially if it's December and it's before Christmas, would be to make some Christmas cards. I've really been into the Victorian time period, so for Christmas this year, I decided to make some Victorian Christmas cards. I love this one. It's owls. They're delivering letters and they're riding on these old-fashioned bicycles. So I printed this one out as well as some others. If you find one day that you're lacking entertainment, I would highly recommend Googling Victorian Christmas cards. I think you'll be surprised by what you find. During the Victorian era, the image that we now know of Christmas hadn't quite been established yet. So you don't see so much Santa, Christmas trees, reindeer, presents. What you'll find, in my opinion, is a lot more odd and quite strange, but very funny and entertaining. Because one craft just isn't enough, I decided I wanted to do another one. So you could fill your day with crafts if you like, but if you're not a big craft person, that's okay. Personally, I love creating Christmas decor. So I decided to use this pine and make a garland to hang over my window. Using what nature has to offer us is also so much easier for your budget.
Are you sure you got me? You're shaking. You gonna catch me?
After hanging this up, my house smelled absolutely amazing. So if you've never tried making your own garland before, I highly recommend you give it a try. It's really easy and so beautiful. For me, baking is absolutely necessary and pretty much required for the perfect winter day. So today I decided to make gingerbread cookies. Probably the most classic cookie that we have here in the US for Christmas time. Now, if you're new to baking or not very experienced and want something pretty easy, I would recommend gingerbread cookies. They're so easy to make and you almost can't go wrong. If you're not a huge fan of gingerbread and you don't like that spice that comes along with it, I recommend trying something new. Maybe look at other countries and what foods and sweets they eat during this festive time of year. You might discover something absolutely delicious that you had no idea even existed. That's one of the joys that I find in baking, discovering new and distant recipes, and learning just a bit about another culture at the same time.
Out of a snowstorm, into my arms, you came along one day. Out of a snowstorm, you and your charms melted my heart away. I can't forget that wintry day we met. It may have been 90 below, but the cold seemed a thing apart. Suddenly spring was in my heart when I found a rose in the snow.
It's time for us to wrap up our perfect winter day, and my recommendation is to light some candles, get in your pajamas, and have a cozy movie night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing and beautiful winter season. I'll see you in my next video.